Good morning. It is 6:57 a.m. on Friday, February 6th, 2015. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I think today I'll talk a little bit about cleaning. That's a big part of what I did yesterday afternoon, evening, was to try to continue getting my apartment in a state where it would be suitable for guests, partly because I am actually having some people over tomorrow to play video games. Hopefully that will go well. But inviting people over, I mean, I would like to have people over. That's definitely a plus. But then there's also this ulterior motive of it will finally force me to go ahead and, get the final couple of boxes either unpacked or tucked away neatly in the closet, getting things just finally organized. I'm pretty close. I'm definitely going to be ready on schedule for tomorrow. There'll be a few more things that I need to do. Like right now, the floors are polished concrete, and so there's a few places where, in place of an actual rug, what I have is a blanket taped to the floor. So I might try to go get some actual rugs. I'm torn between going to try to get all of the rugs that I might need at whatever store is conveniently located, so that I'll just go ahead and have them, versus the idea of trying to do a more lengthy search for a rug that might be cooler in some way. The one that comes to mind actually was a big rug shaped like the Millennium Falcon. I'm not sure actually that I want that one, but it's more like that represents the idea that there are geeky rugs that might be more fun than just a generic one. And I'm considering that. I suppose also it's possible that I could get generic ones and then later get geeky ones if I find a good one, rather than just vaguely hoping that there will be a good one at some point and not having any rugs at all, or continuing my blanket taping approach. That's necessary, by the way, the taping. It's not just about having rugs for, feet not being cold. It's also about letting little dogs be able to get up onto the bed or the couch. Her feet are too slippery on the concrete, and so she needs something to kind of get her claws into in order to hop up onto the furniture like that. Anyway, my relationship with cleaning is complicated. Nobody, or rather very few people, I think, really enjoy it, like in a proactive way. I think lots of times people can find it emotionally cathartic. I've found that myself on a couple of occasions. But at the same time, it's not fun. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not enjoyable. And as much as it makes perfect sense to have the approach of, well, why not just keep it clean? You do a little bit, constantly, just a few minutes here, a few minutes there, and then you never have a big job that takes hours and hours to do. And that makes total sense rationally. It makes total sense. It's like, well, yeah, obviously that seems like a good idea. Clearly that seems like it would be a better plan. And yet I really have never been able to make myself do that, with the exception, I suppose, of, I feel like when I had roommates, I was at least able to keep the common areas more or less clean out of consideration for them. But by and large, what I tend to actually do is to not do any cleaning at all until my apartment looks like a disaster area. The kind of place where they would go and find a victim on CSI and say, clearly this victim has not left the house in months. That's a little extreme. But the point is that I certainly get it to the point where I think it's embarrassing. And that's ultimately what drives me to finally do it, is this idea that I'm embarrassed about it. And then when I clean up and I haven't cleaned for a while, I feel better. It's a profound thing. Like, I really enjoy it when it's clean and I'm proud of myself. And yet somehow, despite having that emotional experience of doing all of that, I am not, I've never been able to just click over to the idea that I just keep it clean all the time. Anyway, cleaning, right? So that's 5 minutes, a little and change. So I will remember, you can find all my stuff at christianaellis.com to find all the videos there in order, as well as all of the other podcasts I do, audio podcasts, and like the audiobook version of my novel Nina Kimberly the Merciless, and my science fiction radio play Space Casey. All my stuff goes over there. So I'm also at Christiana Ellis on Twitter, and I will see you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.